Good morning, everybody. Good morning and welcome into a bonus episode of the Unpacking podcast. I am, as always, your host, Jean Faymas. You can call me Jets. And it's so lovely to have you all here this morning. Happy November. It's officially, properly, I think we can all say, November. And good morning to you all. Thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope you're doing lovely. I put out the questionnaire form last night and we thought we weren't going to get many questions, but this morning I reposted it in the Discord and we have gotten quite a few questions. So we will have to get right into them and kind of unpack the topic of today's episode of the bonus pod, which is kind of all about challenging, getting outside your comfort zone a little bit. That's kind of what we're going to be doing. Do you have a long errand? Yes, so I'm a little bit later this morning than planned. However, this entire week, those that don't keep up the streams and maybe just keep up with the pod, the entire week, this week is a bit of a no time set for the start of the streams, keeping it very casual, because it is a pretty hectic week of personal life thingy-madoovers and going-ons. So streams will happen when they happen, and today it happened a little bit later than expected because I did have to go run and get some coffee because I was running low on coffee. And if you know anything about me, boys, you know that it's not necessarily because I want it to be this way, but coffee has to, for my own sanity, take some kind of priority. So just to be able to get here and stream for you all today, had to go sort that one out. Cheers to you all if you're sipping along this morning with a nice beverage. Hello and welcome into the pod. I will say, it feels kind of interesting to do a little bonus episode just chatting just with you guys here in the community, because for the previous episodes of this season, they have all been guest episodes, so it kind of feels like we've thrown it all the way back to the start of the pilot seasons. A government sanctioned caffeine addiction. I mean, legally I am able to have my methamphetamines. Is this season 2 now? Season 1.5? No. I'm sorry if this is a little confusing for everyone. Let me explain what's going on here. I was originally planning for this to be the finale episode of season 1 of the pod. However, I realized we've only done about 7 episodes, and it's not satisfying for me, boys. It's not satisfying. It's not nice, round seductive number. So this here is not the finale. It ain't over. It ain't Jover. This is kind of little like cheeky thrown into the bonus side playlist on the YouTube as a little extra, a little in between, just a little chat. One for the, a bit of fan service, one for the boys, one for the community, for the people that want to just hang out and talk about things a bit more candidly and aren't as interested in the guest interview episodes. We're throwing this one in here. It's like it's a 9.7 episode kind of thing. What will happen is next week, hopefully I'll have another guest, have a couple more guests, and then we can wrap up season 1 of the pod with about nice, clean 10 episodes. Before the pod goes on hiatus, probably for December. Probably maybe for out December, the pod might go on hiatus. We'll try and have a few more episodes. Why not 12? Because I don't want it to be 12 dubious. I think I would like for it to be a 10, maybe 11, because the pilot season was 11 episodes, and 11 is my favorite number. So you know what? Maybe it'll be 11. It'll be 11 episodes per season. I like that, actually. Makes me happy. Personal bias, because I like that number? Maybe. But it's also my podcast, so it's my rules. Like this boy shooting his beans out. Yes, my guest for today is actually, and this is crazy, you guys. The guest for today, you. It's us. That's me. I'm the guest. This is the equivalent of the computer hacking Angel opposite Evangelion enjoyable, but not integral to the plot. Yes, exactly, J5. This is a little, little bonus episode. It probably will go into the bonus episode playlist. So if you're here today hanging out, you're a real genuine jetpack who is here for the true tomboy yapping. We are the guests. Yes, indeed, Weezers. So it means, it means we can keep it casual. Oh yeah. It means we can keep the episode casual. I can morning voice, the most candid and clumsy and whatever I want to say, we're going to say it. We're going to answer these questions real. We're going to be honest. We're going to really unpack the topic with no bells, no whistles, no holds bars. Why are you using a seductive voice? This is not a seductive voice. This is just morning voice. And for some reason, my mic's very loud. No pants, kind of casual. I will be disappointing you, Metalum. I am in jeans. Jeans. I had to go out and run errands. I had to go out and get coffee, so I had to put pants on because polite society is not okay with my butt cheeks out. It's a shame. You will know Jet's seductive voice when you hear it. Exactly, this isn't even my seductive voice. This is just early morning tomboy. And I think my mic's a little bit louder than normal because I had to turn the gain up because of the collab yesterday. Imagine wearing pants ever. Actually, less likely for me, Kite Man, because I'm a streamer. It's one of the pluses for the jobs. Oh no, Jean's having an intervention for the pack state. It might be, Gecko. You know what, maybe it's time. Gecko, mate, maybe it's time. Today, boys, jetpack intervention. We'll see. Making a strong argument for impolite society. I'd be okay with impolite society, fun chucks. Just a little bit. Like, not aggressively, but like a bit bant society. We're a little bit more like, a little bit more archaic. Wait, I'm just advocating for Mad Max. It's very Australian enough for me. Very Australian for me to advocate for Mad Max society. Mic gains. Yeah, my mic's been on a bulk. What would be the Jets utopia? Star Trek? Didn't even have to think about that one, did I? People farting, being naked. I don't know. I mean, I was more just thinking like, it would be more Mad Max-esque. Impolite society to me would be Mad Max. That's impolite society. Ramshackled hot rugs, crazy desk coats. That's probably that seems congruent for me. But yeah, so this morning I got a couple questions actually. We had jetpacks asking questions in the form, so we are going to get into them, and we are talking about challenging comfort zone, which I think is quite an appropriate topic for the last few weeks of stream, and I think we will be able to, really delve into it and have some interesting conversations on the topic. Mad Max has a surprising lack of naked people censorship, man. George Miller would have put some tatas and even some Venus on that movie if he was given more of a chance. It's truly an original piece of Ozploitation, which is the Australian exploitation cinema movement of the late 70s and early 80s. But does have significantly less nudity than a lot of those movies did tend to have. Yeah. You're probably looking for Mad Max, a very different film. I can't say I'm familiar. J5 exposing themselves in the chat. His last movie had Art Man getting their nipples torn off. Did it? I don't think I saw George Miller's last movie. I do got to check it out. I do like George Miller quite a bit. Biased because he's Australian? Yeah, maybe. Mad Max, the story of an average Australian day. Mad Max, the story of my childhood. Actually, Mad Max Furiosa, the story of my childhood. I've always wanted a shiny chrome when the Fury Road to Valhalla. It's a great movie series, genuinely. What's the point of society collapsing if people still wearing clothes? It reminds me of a TV series that I really liked as a kid that I doubt a lot of you jetpacks would have seen. It was called The Tribe, and it was an Australian public air broadcast show, kind of, I guess, inspired by Mad Max. The concept was dystopian Australian outback where I think all the adults had died because of some kind of wasteland radioactive explosion. It was just a bunch of kids in scrapped together outfits running around amok in the bush, making weird society, and I loved that show. Tribe Called Quest, do like the Tribe Called Quest, but no, it was the Tribe. Aussie TV. Let's see if I can find any images of it. The Tribe. Okay. Oh, wait, no, it's British. It's British? It was produced in New Zealand, not Australia. Well, there you go. The Tribe was a British post-apocalyptic teen drama that aired in Australia on the ABC3 in the early 2000s. The series was originally filmed in New Zealand and ran from 1999 to 2003 about a group of teenagers surviving in a world where adults were without adults after a deadly virus. While not an Australian production, it gained popularity in Australia. Hey, that's me! Interesting. I remember watching this and really enjoying it. Let's see if we can find any image of it. Yeah, everyone had like insane like scrapped together outfits where they all had like crazy makeup and things, and it was inspired by I guess like Mad Max hackers aesthetics. And I thought it was so cool as a kid. And I remember me, mech sis, and a bunch of like mech like cousins all would play like the tribe. Like we would pretend we were in the tribe as kids. We would like draw like face paint and like war paint on our faces and run around in the bush in goggles and like torn up clothing and be like, yeah, we're in the tribe and all the parents are dead, and we like climb trees and build like tree houses. I remember it so distinctively. And like we would like form alliances and be like, you can't come into our tribe because we're storing water in here, and if you want water you have to trade us 5 Vegemite sandwiches and then we'll give you water, otherwise you won't survive the heat wave in the outback. Like we were totally RPing out in the block that we were living in like a post-apocalyptic reality. I loved doing that shit when I was a kid, man. I got really into it. I'm full theater kid, but I've talked about this so many times, like full out LARPing, legitimate full out LARPing as a kid, pretending we were in like episodes of the Tribe. Anyway, so I'm getting way off the topic than what we're meant to be talking about today, which is getting outside your comfort zone. Some may say that maybe I've always been living outside my comfort zone, and maybe we'll talk about that today on this episode of the pod, because a lot of things have happened in the last year, in the last month, in the last week, and I goddamn cannot believe that it is November, almost December. Did you ever want to be an actor, Jets? Can I talk candidly for a second? Of course I can, boys. It's a bonus episode of the pod. This is where we just talk completely openly, and for some reason you guys are enjoying sitting here and listening. Nani? Yeah. Totomate. Talking candidly. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Genuinely, there was a period during my mid-teens where I genuinely thought about being an actor. It's kind of crazy to think about. Like I applied for Shakespeare Company auditions. Mainly was pushed forward by my drama teacher, who I adored, and she was like the one person in my very, very small country town who supported my eccentricities. I kind of wanted to be an actor for a bit. I did like work placement in a theater company thing. I thought it was a cool idea. I think I want to try doing this legitimately. And even I was involved, and I've talked about this beforehand, I was involved in a few short, a few student films. And I have taken part in a few different 24-hour film festival events. I think I've talked about this. For those who don't know what a 24-hour film festival is, it's basically where you apply and you're given prompts pulling out of a hat, and it'll be like, oh, the theme is drama and sci-fi, or horror and mystery. And then you get given like a name, an object, stuff like that you have to use, and then you have to try and make, record, edit, and put together a movie, a film, in 24 hours. No. It's not. You don't make a 24-hour film. You make a film in 24 hours. No, 48 hours? 48 hours. It's 2 days. You go to an event. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of this before. It's very fun. I've done it. I did it 2 times with a group of people. You go to an event. It's normally a team of people. And you apply. You do the thing. You make a movie in 48 hours. You write the script, you concept it, you put it together, blah, 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 blah. I did it and I failed because my team got cold feet. I did it two times and did not sleep. Both times, like, pulled an all-nighter. Like, you get the thing, you sit down, you start brainstorming, you write the script, you record it, you do all the bits. First year, we actually won 2 awards for it. It was quite a fun experience. I don't know if I'd do it again. Maybe. I don't know who I would do it with. It's like a game jam. Yes, that's a great way to describe it. It's just like a game jam, but for making movies. Short films, not like a full movie. It's like a short film. I think it has to come in at like over the 6 minute mark, I think, or something like that. Like, over the 10-minute mark. Like, there is a time that how long it has to technically be. I think the year that I did, if I'm remembering correctly, one team did a fucking stop motion animation in 48 hours. It was crazy. Yeah. So people have a lot of fun with it. This is all to say that I was involved in that was in like the end of my high school years, and met a bunch of essentially theater kids and got involved and did that. And at that time was like doing little mini stuff, and somehow met some people and then got involved and was in part of some student films for the like helping out with acting for like the student film stuff. Like, once you work on one film, they're like, hey, you want to work on this project? Because they have to make a lot of films if you're a film student. Anyway, so through all of that, a lot of coffee, a lot of Red Bull, like, genuinely. Through all of that experience in my late teens, just tangentially getting involved in all that, do you know what I learned, Jetpack? Do you know what I learned from that experience? That I don't want to be an actor. I'm not cut out for it. That I'm not good at it. That I don't. It was genuinely a valuable thing, and I'm glad that I've experienced it. I'm glad that I've done that, but I don't think I belong on camera. Like, I don't. This is not even me being insecure or anything like that. I had a lot of joy being on sets. I had a lot of joy making props or helping out or assisting behind the scenes. But I learned that the things that I enjoyed more about the process were actually like the directorial, helping with the writing of the script stuff. And acting was just anxiety inducing. I think it was one of the 24-hour film festivals that I was involved in. I needed to say the line, what? Like, huh? Or it was like, what? Yeah, it was like, what? That was my line. The person I was acting against, like, did something and I had to say, what? That was my line. And the person who was like behind the camera was like, all right, action, say the line. I did not realize how difficult it is to just make that sound natural. I went slowly insane in that What? Like, I was like, how do you do this? And the more you say it, the less natural it sounds, the less normal it sounds, the less normal you feel, the more uncomfortable you feel, the more stressed you feel, the more in your head you get. And I just like started falling apart. And it was like in that moment, like I was I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm so in my head right now. This might not be for me. And I realized I don't like enjoy being in front of the camera. Really, it didn't bring me like I didn't have the real passion for it that I think some people do have. I felt way too self-aware in a way that I didn't enjoy, but the actual process and everything else was very interesting. I learned a lot. Also, I ended up reading around the same time a really cool book, and I would recommend this book to jetpacks or anyone that's listening if you've never read. If you want a book on a topic, it's a book called Audition. I think it's like from the 30s or the 40s or something. But the whole, let me see if I can find the actual book. Audition book. Not fiction. It's not fiction. It's what's the one I'm looking for? It's called, no, Audition book for actors. I think it was just called Auditions by Michael Sheriff. Okay, yeah, it's called Audition by Michael Sturtleff. Everything an actor needs to know to get the part. Okay, you might be thinking, why the fuck will I ever need to read this book? It's like about acting. I'm not gonna become an actor. No, this book taught me so weirdly so much, boys. All right, so this book is nothing to do with the acting. Well, it is. Okay, this book is nothing to do with acting, but also everything to do with acting. This book, despite pitching itself as being like the famed Broadway and Hollywood casting director, reveals everything an actor needs to know to get a part. No, it's one of those things where you think it's about like auditioning until you realize, no, Michael Sturtleff is telling you how to apply yourself and present yourself in any professional context. For a job interview, for the first time meeting someone, for just interacting politely at like cafes, for presenting yourself in environments, for the way you should treat work ethic, the way you should approach interaction. It's like, I read this when I was about 13 or 14 maybe, and I think it's the only reason, seriously boys, it's the only reason I can pull myself together at like PAX events and business events. I think if I never read this book, I would not be able to be even slightly as competent as I am. Like when I'm at like PAX events or business lunches, or I'm talking on video call with the people at PAX, or I'm talking on video call with like MSI and stuff like that, I'm not Jean Faymas. I'm the 13-year-old that read Audition by Michael Sturtleff. This book is the only thing that is playing in the back of my head. Seriously. And I've not like everything that was in this book is what is in the back of my mind. And if I'm remembering correctly, it's a lot of things like the person's like very harsh. They're like, don't say this, don't do this, don't mention you're tired, no one gives a shit you're tired, this is not relevant to the point, put yourself forward. Say like it's like like Michael Sturtleff is so bluntly honest about what is make or break when it comes to the audition process. And I was like, oh, I'm internalizing this and carrying this forever. Like when I'm in a social event with like a business professional, all of the things that were in this book are in my brain. I'm like, all right, talk to them, eye contact, put my hands in this position, put my shoulders in this way. Like, this is my self-help bullshit that has made me slightly social as a person. Let me see if I can see if there's like a breakdown of some of the cliff notes. Oh, there is a cliff notes. Yes. Because I was like, I'm trying to remember some of the really good points from this book. I don't remember them all. Very vaguely enough where it kind of has stuck with me. Whacking this straight the reading list. Yeah, weirdly, just permanently on the edge of self-throw packing in public. Kind of. Eye contact. I'm so bad at eye contact. Like, seriously. Let me see. I'm trying to find if there's any kind of like if there's any kind of breakdown of some of the points of the book. Oh, that's like a PDF version of it. No, I don't want a PDF of the book. I want I just want to know some points of it. No, I can't seem to find it. Fair. Oh, by the way, I no longer have this book because I have a really, really bad habit and that I regret. And I will probably keep doing it to the day I die, and I will probably keep regretting it to the day I die. You want to know what this really bad habit is, Jetpack? And I might not be the only person in the chat that has this. It's giving people books, eating them. Yes. Eating the book. Eat it. Yes. No. I'm the kind of person where if someone's like, oh, I'm like doing a job interview that I'm really nervous about, I go, oh, you're really nervous about job interview? Have you ever read Audition? Oh, I have a copy of it. Here, have my copy. Give it back to me. You're done with it. Nobody ever gives you the book back. Nobody. You have to accept in that moment. You are it's a gift. Then they eat it. Then they eat it. No, never to be seen again. Every single time in my life that I've lended a book, it's not being lending the book. You just have to accept that you read that book, and now that book will go on their shelf, never to be read. Which I'm kind of okay with because I was like, I've read the book and I got what I wanted from it. That will end up in some op shop somewhere in the future, but I have lost so like 07s. Can we have like some 07s for the lost books that I have just given to someone being like, oh, this will help you, that I will never ever see ever again. Just goddamn fly high, soldiers. Gone and not forgotten. Lost books never to be recovered, lost behind enemy lines. Some people say never lend books, and there is a reason. I kind of I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the fact that some of my favorite books I've ever owned, I will never see ever again, just because they've been lost to the book lending wars. Fly high, soldiers. Also hi, Jets. Hi, Sabernautic. Welcome in this morning. How you doing? Welcome. Jet's acting as a #1 distributor of Audition. I really am. Yeah, sorry. We have gotten super off the topic. But I think weirdly enough, everything we talked about this morning is kind of on topic, because everything that we've been discussing within like acting, 48-hour film festivals, reading Audition, kind of does circle back to the topic, which is getting outside your comfort zone. Because by doing any of those student films or doing the 48-hour film festival very outside my comfort zone, and kind of taught myself about things. Also, I feel like Audition has allowed me to have some kind of preparation for putting myself outside the comfort zone. I think one of the reasons why I'm able to nowadays put myself in what might be considered to a lot of people to be uncomfortable scenarios, i.e. business conversations, networking and socializing at like business events, which aren't innately enjoyable for someone like me who's admittedly not an extrovert by nature. I'm social by necessity. Something like Audition has allowed me to, I guess, challenge my comfort zone. But what we should do is we should open up the questions and start seeing what jetpacks have put into the form. First question. Where's the question list? pod questions. There it is. Let's put the first one. First question is, may the questions begin. Uncomfortable scenarios such as holding mech niece and not knowing what to do. Oh, dude, I have to do that tomorrow. I'm babysitting mech niece tomorrow, and she's gotten so much older. I don't think I'm prepared, because I've been able to take care of her when she's literally baby, but she's a toddler now. That's a whole different scenario. So I will actually admit, I actually am nervous. That is genuinely putting me outside my comfort zone. All right, let's do this. Hey, forehead. Thanks, bro. What even drives you to challenge yourself? My license. That's what drives me. No, my car. Wait, no, me? Wait, what drives me? I was about to say what kind of car I had there for a second. I was about to be like, insert my car model. I'm glad I didn't. No. Wow, what a blank, simple, kind of good opening question, which probably we will dive into. I'll do a quick response, and then as we keep responding to questions, because we have quite a few, more than I thought we would, we'll probably flesh out or unpack this question more as we keep going. What even drives you to challenge yourself? Let's think. What's like my most innate motivator? Masochism. No. No, I don't know. It's like I feel like it's the, if we're gonna get, we need, because this is like a root cause question, right? Which I think we're gonna have to try and work it out together as we keep responding to the question, what even drives me to challenge myself? I think possibly I'm predisposed to a kind of sense of fear. I don't enjoy how I feel if I'm not challenging myself. In fact, if I'm not being forced to do something, weirdly for me, that's more uncomfortable. If everything's okay and I'm in a state of almost like plateau, that makes me feel unsettled. So it's almost like an ultra instinct. But we'll have to keep on answering the questions, and we'll see if we can find out more what that actually really means. Let's see. Next question. Let's get something a little bit more meat on the bones. What's the next question, boys? All right. There's always a certain risk when doing something new or challenging. If it's new, you can't really know how it's going to turn out. Maybe it'll be bad. If you play it safe, then you're not really challenging yourself. How do you decide if the risk is actually worth it? I mean, we can all acknowledge that this is entirely relative and is entirely dependent on the risk. Like, getting a haircut, bit less risky than maybe a tattoo of Adolf Hitler. I don't know, like, there is metrics here of like the cost of the laser removal is gonna be a lot higher. Just waiting a week for the hair to grow back, a little bit less of a time and pain commitment. So there are factors to this we must consider. But if we're talking about this maybe in like simple life choices, weirdly specific, I went, what is the fucking worst tattoo I could think of? I think I went with objectively a very simple conclusion there. How do you decide if the risk is worth it? I think it's also going to depend on you. I like the little note. I think You know what? I'm gonna say something so stupid. Fuck it. Pros and cons list, baby. Pros and cons list. That's right. Pen and paper. I think genuinely there is nothing wrong with comparing what is on the line there. Like, there's nothing wrong with putting like an objective hat on options, but I think it's also important to value, or maybe consider when doing a pros and cons list, that how valuable the emotional outcome is on top of the actual logistical literal kind of side of things. Because yes, it can be like, okay, let's say we're talking about getting a new job, right? A new job. Pro, I get more money, I'm in a better position. Con, maybe I have to drive further for the work, and that would take me away from other things. Like, you know, I mean, you have to consider the risk, but also it might be the whole like, am I happy where I currently am? Is having more money gonna make my life better? All that kind of stuff, and it really depends on the person. But I think one of the most important things is your self-fulfillment in the long run. That's, I think, a big thing to consider, on top of all the actual literal logistics. Also, like, the mental and like emotional logistics need to go into that as well. I think that can help you a lot more when deciding if a risk is worth it. Now, oh my goodness, we have quite... Oh, wait, I skipped far too far. No? We got a big question. We got a big question, and we're going to break it down into comments here. Let's do this. We're going to break it down into chunks. Okay. Boys, get ready. Get comfortably. Question. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Chad Packs in the chat, and the lovely Jets. That's you bros, the Chad Packs. I hope you're all having a wonderful time and are in good health. Thank you. Long-time viewer, first-time hardly knower here, and I would like to ask you about your feelings of how you felt through the Halloween stream. I'll format this in a way that's easy to read. All right. Question 1. Let's do this. I'll copy and paste this into here. Bam. Question 1. What was your expectation before the stream? How do you think the jetpacks would have reacted? For those that missed this was the Halloween cosplay, in which I hired a cosplayer to stream for me earlier this week. So, I think the paid actor was helped by the fact that it was a very last minute decision. And I think that helped. Sometimes doing things impromptu on the fly is very powerful. You almost give your brain, you jump into the opportunity before you give your brain the chance to overthink it. So the expectation before the stream wasn't there. Didn't even have the time to work out and get my head about getting, have any kind of getting my head about how the jetpack would react. And I think because of that, as it unfolded live on stream, that was the most shocking of the reactions. I think not kind of predicting if it was going to go any kind of way really helped, and then how people reacted so positively and supportively and understandably was not necessarily even a shock or what was expected, because honestly, I think expecting nothing really allowed it to even happen in the first place. Question 2. Okay. Who or what gave you this push for you to overcome your shyness anxiety of showing PA-san And why would you recommend spin biking? Sometimes the mind gets in the way of the action. Okay, I've talked about this before, jetpack. I believe I have. And I think this is the good answer to this kind of question. I, like every person, have anxieties, concerns, considerations, and stresses, and have to weigh things up and get worried about things. However, a lot of that is counteracted by a fuck it, do it for the plot mentality. And I know that sounds silly, but it's real. It's like, could this be interesting? Could this be cool? Would this even be slightly memorable or impactful or something that could be interesting? Fuck it. That has counterbalanced fear and anxiety on so many occasions. Do it for the bit is, for me, outweighs a lot of bullshit. Do it for the bit, do it because it could be entertaining, good, do it because it could make someone laugh. Fuck it, we bawl. It genuinely is so powerful, my brain. The reason why I went to do my study, the reason why I came back to see family, the reason why I started streaming, the reason why I've played certain games or done certain ideas or done baking stream. This seems cool. This seems fun. Fuck it if I'm scared of it has outweighed a lot of stuff. Just straight up right knuckling it because I think it could be interesting genuinely outweighs a lot of the thing. So what gave me the push to even do that in the first place is as simple and as basic and I think brilliant as I think this could be cool. This concept is creative and interesting, and I would not have done it if I didn't think it was cool and interesting. Why? Because it's not like, I was motivated by it. I want the flesh to be there. You need to be there. Some kind of ego, some kind of like, dislike for VTubing, dislike for any, no. Purely motivated by it. This is a fun concept. I think it could be done well. I think it could be interesting. I think it could be entertaining. I think people could have a fun time with it. And my goal is always to make things that I enjoy, I have fun with, and people enjoy. And if it's simple as A to B, you know what I mean? So what overcame the shyness and anxiety initially is nothing more than, I think this could be cool. However, I think on top of that, cosplaying a character while playing a game is fucking peak. You know what I mean? That's top tier quality content, gentlemen. We all know it. But also, if we're going to be more self-reflective about things, the jacket was real life as fuck. Fun for me, tick. Fun for them, tick. Equals do it for the bit. It's honestly, when it comes down to it, that simple. However, if we're going to dive deeper in what overcame shyness and anxiety, there is also other elements to it. I think genuinely meeting jetpacks at PAX kind of ripped the band-aid off. Okay, I met IRL community members. They were lovely. It was a wonderful experience that I enjoyed, and I'm still alive. I didn't combust. I didn't turn into flames like I would if I did enter into a church, you know? I was like, okay, that definitely, I didn't die on the spot, but by being real and meeting jetpacks real. Swinda, thank you for the support for 6 months. I really appreciate that. So that really helped. I'm older now than when I started streaming. If we're going to talk about more things, more candidly, I'm older now than when I started streaming 4 years ago. As well, VTubing is older now than when I started 4 years ago. When I started streaming and I started VTubing 4 years ago, different culture. People were more, and I was more even, contained to an idea of the craft and the way that I went about it. So I had more restrictions on what I felt comfortable doing creatively. And I think so did the community in VTubing as a whole. And I think it's a combination of currently for me, having more openness to expressing different creative opportunities as a streamer and a content creator that is like more flexible and multimedia. And I think that's also part of it. In regards to doing the Heather Mason bit and doing it in a way that was still, I think, as best as possible, respective of that culture, of the culture, of the art of it, and of everything. And the fact it's like a once-off Halloween special, I think is simple and gimmicky enough where it does not permanently affect any other streams and any other part of what we do when we're hanging out here and vibing in the funny world of anime. And I think it's about finding that balance of thing that's worth it for the bit, but also keeps everything else as enjoyable as I want it to be. We have long since lost the CISO Season 1 Jets, who is so anxious and has no idea what she's doing and is trying to be an idol and will never be able to be an idol, but it's loving every second of it, and I cherish her, and I'm so glad I've evolved from her. Aren't you still CISO? I mean, of course I am. I'm a golden maiden. Why the fuck is there a golden Kappa train incoming? Also, Crumpet Dude, thank you for 25 months of support. Thank you. While we're here though, if I can ignore the Kappa train, there also is a little bit to be said about, let me put the third and final question in here and I'll keep talking about this. Third question. How do you feel after the stream? Did it feel like it opened more doors to other projects that you would like to bring onto the stream? Thank you, Slay Even. I do appreciate you supporting the stream, but I do not want you guys to fall victim to the scam Kappa. Thank you so much for supporting what I do though. Please enjoy your Kappa emotes. How do you feel to the stream? Did it feel like it opened more doors to other projects that you would like to bring onto the stream? And would you recommend this to other friends in VTubing space as well? I would not recommend it to anybody. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do on their stream. This is personal, if my own creativity, and if someone else wants to do it for their creativity, I would support it just as much as I would support their choice to never do it and to never want to ever do any kind of mixed media stuff, because VTubing is different for every person and it's for everyone, individuals' personal creativity and comfort. For me personally, I was freaking exhausted. I had never been so anxious, so stressed, and so sweaty in a stream, and I'm so glad that I don't have that I don't have to be a cosplayer for every single stream. I love VTubing. You know what it made me realize? Fuck! I love VTubing. I love VTubing so much. I love being anime. I love the creativity of anime. I like the creative restrictions of anime. I like hanging out in 3D. I like everything. I love VTubing. I love anime. Whoa, no pants. But I do think that ripping the band-aid off that has given me a newfound appreciation, and I will be honest, a newfound sense of security in myself and the opportunity for future creative potential. Also, well, Tatso, thank you so much for 7 months of support. Honestly, for those that aren't aware, when I first started streaming, I did some more creative Oddball, thank you for 5 the community. Please enjoy your Kappa Gold. Please enjoy your cup of gold. Please enjoy. Please enjoy. Thank you for supporting the stream. Thank you. Thank you. When I first started off streaming, I tried to experiment with mixed media stuff because I thought it could be very cool and creative. And now I feel like I can talk about it a bit more openly. At that time, very early in the world of VTubing, where people were less open about doing that kind of stuff, and people were a lot more intense, I had a break with the camera that I was using. There was a glitch in OBS that had frozen the camera. So when I clicked an overlay, it popped up an image at that time of a much younger, much dorkier, much awkward PA son at a very horrible angle. And it was essentially a dox that was completely out of my then control and my then comfort level and my then desire, because at that point I had no interest in that kind of thing. I was not comfortable with that. It's not something I wanted, and I felt like I had more than anything, I felt like I had unequivocally let down you guys. I'd let down the community. I had severed a trust you had in the stream, a comfort level that you guys were okay with and that I was okay with, and that I'd failed in some kind of way. And then as a VTuber, I felt like at that time as a streamer, I felt like I failed as a VTuber. I'd let down something I had decided to do. And on top of that, that kind of event has tangentially haunted me for many, many years, because as a young lady online who wasn't comfortable with sharing that part of myself and didn't want to, and it happened out of my control and my desire, interest, and a thing for ages I didn't feel okay with, I had that incident used against me by a lot of people. I've had when I used to have my Marshmallow open, when I used to check my Tumblr, when I used to have anonymous forms and sources for people to contact me, there were people, and I'm going to speak very candidly, who would share that image and say very disgusting and horrible things. And so, not great, and definitely was very scary for me, because I was such a very young VTuber, and I was just doing it as like a hobby at that time for fun. And I began to start getting in my head about like, is this for me? Can I do this? This is a lot. This is very hateful and very hurtful. But through doing that, I became a lot stronger. And I became able to handle that bullshit and just kind of tank it and be like, cool, whatever, I move on. Orion! P.A. Sancho, Orion, thank you for the 500 bits though. Anonymous, thank you for 1. Please enjoy your golden kappa. Blah, 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 blah. Long story short, blah, 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 blah. I feel like being able to have the opportunity to do creative stuff on my own terms, in a way that I'm comfortable with, creatively and passionately, and have you guys support it off stream, is actually very powerful. I will say that. It's allowed to be able to have the creative control of projects a little bit more, in a way that I was prepared for and wanted to do, you know? If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Seems like you took quite a bit of control with your cosplay, so good for you. Yeah, exactly, because it was like on my own terms when I was ready because I was comfortable to do that, and that was very enjoyable. And I think it does open up more projects, and I think it has allowed a little bit confidence is the right word, but it's more like it's kind of just like self-assurance of being able to keep doing projects that I think are unique and exciting, and that you guys also will enjoy them. I hope that makes sense. I feel like the golden cabotrain's totally fucked me up. Wow, because I was trying to like talk and it's just like being there in the corner like, get out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Stop trying to gamify my fucking stream, Dan Clancy. I'm trying to have a podcast, brother. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's yeah, so long story short, yeah, I don't know. Now I've gotten really in my head about my response to that. I don't know. I hope the questions aren't too long. I'm just curious how it feels to be physically, metaphorically big shoes. If there is anything you'd like to add, please tap away. Curiously clear cylinder, please. I'm incredibly proud and happy to see how much you have overcome your fear of showing up in camera and releasing cover songs. Especially as a long-time viewer, you're doing great. Keep on keeping on, Jets. Oh, thank you, Clueless, for the nice words, and thank you for the questions and being interested in, you know, the Halloween event. Thank you. Jess, we write a book one day about your exploits. I don't think I'm hardly interesting enough to write a book. Although, I mean, I think I have got a little bit more into my life that's quite fascinating that I don't think I'll ever be able to talk about on stream. There are things that have happened in my life that are far too obvious about like they give away too much actually rise of things I've done that are deeply fascinating, and I wish I could share more on stream, but I'm just not actually physically able to currently. Maybe when I'm 60 I'll put in a little bit of like a VTuber autobiography, be like, that's when I met the CEO of Galto or whatever, my asbestos school, etc. We'll see. Who knows? The bonga story of Jean Faymas behind the VTuber. But yeah, she'd be like, I'm in the grave, like, by the time they fucking get me, they'll never know my secrets. Nazamura, thank you so much for 16 months of support. Thank you very much. It's essentially, long story short, if it comes to like talking about the reflections of the comfort zone for the cosplay stream, fucking terrified. And still, after the fact, can't believe it even happened or that I was able to do it. But I will say, as I said on the stream, I don't think I would have been able to do it without having such a supportive and understanding community. Legitimately. I think a different streamer in a different place with different people supporting, with different mentalities and different thoughts and a different culture of a community, I might have not been comfortable to do so. So it's a double-edged sword of the space of VTubing evolving, me evolving, and me being fortunate enough to have a community of people who will support whatever happens in stream as long as it's fun and creative. So thank you all for being those people. Let me go to the next question. Just genuinely sorry for being so candid and cringe this early in the morning, but genuinely. Next question. All right. So, as a game and arts enjoyer, would you ever want to lead a creative/visual direction for a game? Assume it fits into your schedule. Would you be particular about what genre/size the game was? How daunting would a responsibility like that seem compared to the usual work of taking individual commissions and managing self-directed projects? I'm going to be incredibly honest. I don't think I ever would want to. Michaela, thank you so much for, oh my god, tier 3 5 months. Thank you everyone for your support and kindness. I really appreciate it for you guys supporting the stream. I'm gonna be really honest. I don't think I'd make a good game dev. I don't think I've played nearly enough video games or know nearly enough about video game culture or video game mechanics to make a game that would be worth people enjoying. That's not me being defeating. That's just me being completely honest. I just don't think it's how I would want to communicate my stuff communicate ideas personally, or that I would be able to communicate the ideas I have in the formats of video games any better than just fucking Portal. Like, Portal exists. I'm okay with not trying to step on its toes. Like, I don't think it's for me. I don't think I don't know if I would be able to provide anything to the process that that anyone else couldn't do 1,000 times better. Zeta Drift, how about you unpack this sub? I goddamn will. Thank you so much for 25 months of support, Zeta Tier 3. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. Would you like to contribute to Easter eggs? If, for example, a game dev came to me and was like, hey, you want to voice act a character? I'd be like, fuck yeah. If a game dev came to me and said, hey, can we hide a jetpack in our game? I'd be like, abso-fucking-lutely. If a game dev came to me and was like, hey, Jets, could you like beta test this and give me some ideas in specific context for a specific game that maybe I was already interested in and I expressed interest in checking out, I would be open to it. Do I have any ideas personally to be involved in video games of my own that I've made, that I've invented? Honestly, candidly, I don't think so. I have my own creative outlets I enjoy that I don't think game deving is one of those things. What if they wanted me to do art for it? I don't think I would be good when it came to concept art for a video game. I don't know if I actually have the means, and honestly, and to be, and what like the comment said, time currently to put into that. I'm way more got my energy focused on making things for you guys, making things for stream, making things my own personal stuff. Video game development would be an entirely different beast that if I was interested in doing, it would be something I'd be like, that's my whole life. That would be my whole life. And it's not something that I want to put my entire life into currently. And I don't know if ever. I think I'm a video game enjoyer. I'm a person that consumes video games and with my whole open heart. But it's not a career that I personally have a desire to go into, and I think that's good because obviously I love video games creatively and I love working on creative stuffs. Like, I've written little stories and I've written little poems and I've painted little pictures and I've written little scripts and I have things like that I'm interested in, but they're not things that but none of those things are for me in the desire to make video games. If I have friends personally, streamers, not streamers, who have done game jams or wanted to make video games, that's what I'm talking about in the regards of maybe if I had like a peer or a friend that came up to me and was like, hey Jets, I'm working on a game, can I get some ideas, input, suggestions? I would totally help because I do love being involved in projects in that regard with peers who are working on really exciting things. But I don't think I would ever be the main dev, the main auteur. I'm no Hideo Kojima games personally, and I'm okay with that. It's not my thing. Yeah, in my shortlist of VTubers that asked for voice work, if I had a good fit for you and you had the budget, yes, I would love the opportunity to be involved in things. I think being involved in things when it comes to the world of video games, I'm way more open to, but I just don't currently have an idea for a game I'd make. I don't think I would have an idea. And the only thing I would really want to make would be like an immersive sim, and I know that's way too outside of my skill level, and so I'm okay with it, but it's not even that strong of a desire. I have stories I'd like to tell in way different ways that wouldn't be told in video gaming. I love video games, I appreciate them, I love playing them, but I don't necessarily want to make them. Oh my god, this next question. You know how they say the worst thing she can say is no? What if she said this? No! No! God, no! Why would you even fucking ask? Never, 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 never! So, next question. Next question. No, serious. If we can be serious for a second, if we can stay over for a second, I feel like I need a jetpacks, court packs. I need to be honest. I want to be candid. I know people have been joking recently, because I've been doing cooking streams, ha 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 ha, and there's been some jokes in the chat. I've been seeing them. Lol, wife famous. Lol, wife PA son. I think we need to hear that? It's me put my foot down. I think we need to remind people. I think we need to have a little check ourselves before I wreck ourselves. Not that streamer, not that kind of stream, never been that kind of stream, never gonna be that kind of stream. Reminder to the masses, I am funny creature that you throw peanuts at for entertainment. I am here as a fool to be laughed at when I jump off of platforms. I am here for your discomfort, possibly comfort. I will be like, I mean, it's just we're just hanging out, we're vibing. That's always been the dynamic on stream, just hanging out, chatting. I don't want to be misconstrued here, boys. Laugh at the funny cat creature for your amusement. I want to make things that you guys enjoy, that are entertaining. I don't want those things to ever cross the line of being misinterpreted. And I will be honest. I am gonna be honest, like, candidly, if cooking streams are too comfortable for people and are giving the wrong impression on stream, I will choose to stop doing them. Like, if I like the cooking streams to be comfortable and very chatty and very familiar, but if they are giving the wrong impression and making people too kind of attached in certain ways, that's not something I'm interested in making. The things I'm interested putting out into stream are not there to serve that purpose. They're there for you guys to laugh at and have fun with. If that makes sense. I will, if people are crossing a boundary of becoming too attached because of those streams, I would genuinely, that would make me want to stop doing them. Or do them in such a way where it makes you guys so uncomfortable because I'm like cooking's actual sludge. Because it's not the vibe for the community, it's not the vibe for the stream, it's not the dynamic. I don't want to lose that chill vibe of us just hanging out. Don't get it twisted, it would fuck up the good thing we got going here, lads. And I don't want that. You know? Filthy Frank cooking streams, if I have to turn them into Filthy Frank cooking streams because people are getting too cozy, I goddamn will do it. So I'm just I think this is a fair little reminder. This is probably a funny joke, and I do appreciate the joke. But I think it's fair for us to just yap about, in general, a little reminder about, like, hey, don't get it twisted. I am here for your discomfort. I'm a fool for your entertainment. They're not the kind of streams. And as a constant reminder, I do respect a little cheeky GFE. I love a good GFE streamer. I love a good wholesome VTuber there to make you comfortable. I got friends who are ASMR streamers. I'm friends who do that kind of thing. Like, I vibe with that entirely. That's just not the vibe here. And my biggest fear is us losing what makes the jetpack. You guys are my brothers in arms. You are my brothers in arms. With, like, I fight for you, and I want you guys to have a good time here, where you can feel like you can put on a jet stream and you're just hanging out with the lads. That's very important to me. It's very important to me that when you come into this chat and you hang out in the stream, you feel like you're vibing. We can have a banter, we can have a joke. If there are people in the chat getting cutesy and being like, saying cutesy stuff, I'm like, that's not the vibe. That's not hanging out with your boys and having a good time, you know? So I want everyone here to be able to chill, and that's actually very important to me. Like, Vivi talked once, like, talked to me about how, like, hey, like, the avatar is the avatar. If you want to make things and do art, you can do that. I do respect that. I genuinely do respect that. But you gotta know that there's a line drawn there of, like, hey, if you want to make some cutesy, funny jokes about the tomboy, and it's purely joking, I fucking get it. Hilarious. But when we're hanging out on stream, I want us to be able to just feel like we're hanging out. And I hope that's fair for me to say. I hope that's fair for me to say. Because you guys are literally... Because that's who you are. Like, don't... the thing is, like, that's who you guys are and how it's always been in the jetpack. And when it's like, it is us just hanging out, having a chat... It's like, you guys are so supportive and so understanding. You guys sass me about, like, jets when you're gonna bring a freaking husband onto stream. Grandkids now. And I find it fucking great. And that's what makes this community so special. So I don't want to risk putting out the wrong vibe. Because it's what makes it so great. Yeah, forget the separation of state and church. Let's get the separation of person and character. I'm sure someone being ooh in a creepy way will get a brief but eventful counter with Cynapse Orbital. Hope you can find someone you can call your best friend / soulmate some way and decide to share your life with them. That's how my wife and I are, and it might be the way you function. This is not, no, you are not, no, you're not spitting this now to try and tell me to find a lover. No, okay, if I do want to say, if I'm ever, shut the fuck up, no, you, wife havers in chat, we have many jetpacks with wives. We've got wife packs that watch the stream. We got wife packs, we've got jetpacks with kids, we've got kid packs that hang out, we've got freaking jetpacks that have shown this to their family, have got their grandparents into Gunpla, and that's what I like about this community. That's what is so special to me about this jetpack, is like, you can come into the stream and be like, me and my wife are watching that, and people aren't gonna be like, ew, you have it. It's like, no, of course you can. We just like fucking big robots and retro video games here. It's chill. So, like, I love my unmarried wife too, since we're checking, and I do recommend Gunpla. Yeah, bro, Gunpla. We love big robots. Eligible bachelor packs. I want all the jetpacks to kiss a pack right now. The only person you should be kissing is each other in the Twitch chat right now. Yeah, no, I genuinely believe, and maybe I'm wrong. You know what? I'm gonna say this and then like watch everyone unsub. Wait, streamer has healthy boundaries and expectations about their existence online? Say it ain't so. No, I fundamentally believe that if some point in my life I end up finding he or she who is my right vibe, I would be able to be like, it would be able to be a thing that we're all aware of that would not encroach on the stream. It would just be like a thing that exists. And I'm so fucking fortunate to say that. But that's not currently the case. But who knows? We'll find someone eventually. I need a duo for my games. Shinzo Abe believes in you, 07? Jesus Christ. Sorry for Jets, your vibe is already married. Benelux next time. Fuck! The 4 to your Camille. The Layla to your... No, wait, that's not good. But all I'm saying is, like, I want to do this forever, which means I'm going to keep getting old and life's going to change. And life's going to change for you guys as well. It's going to change for me. And at the end of the day, I hope no matter ever happens to me in my life, married, divorced, 3 kids, twice married, twice divorced, what happened to the body? Why did I get all the inheritance? Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy, Jetpack. Wow, why do we now have 3 Steel Battalion controllers? Oh, that's insane how that happened. Whatever happens, I'm gonna still be able to hang out and make funny, well, unfunny jokes on the internet, you know. She's admitting it. So I said nothing. I said nothing. Why are there so many cats? Oh god, Hose Nose, thank you so much for 31 months of support. I don't know what I walked into, but here we are. So I'm just pouring out myself more coffee. I need more caffeine. This conversation's hilarious. Anyway, next question. All in all is to say, there's nothing more fun to me than hanging out with a jetpack. That's you guys, by the way. Being able to have a chat about media and movies and having a little laugh and playing some video games. And I want to keep being able to do that and it to be chill vibes for everyone involved. Amen, brothers. Amen. Hi Jets. Loving your Unpacking pod. I'm hoping for more guests and more seasons. Now, for getting out of the comfort zone, what do you usually do when you're surrounded by serious chores, duties of errands of the day or week? Do you prefer to complete all of them in one take for all at once, or do you prefer to do them one at a time? Okay, that's the first good question. And I feel like to answer that question, I need to show the thing I posted in the Discord the other day. This is my schedule for this year so far. The X's are the only days where I had neither a stream, business meeting, doctor appointment, social event, or all of the above. And I want it to be said that on those days, I was probably doing admin work, i.e. responding to emails, working on commissions, or cleaning my house. As you might see, the last 2 months, no X's. So you guys want me to find a husband? Where the fuck do I have the time, gentlemen? How do I schedule him in? Oh, sorry, honey. I can see you on Thursday, like November the 8th, 2026. Can we work with that? Hey, sweetie, can we kind of schedule you in at like, I've got a little bit of time between like 10:30 to like 11:45. Can we make that work? Oh my god, it's so funny. That's like, it's so what I'm saying is, what do you usually do when you're surrounded by chores? To answer that question, I'm constantly surrounded by chores. I write lists. I'm a lists person. I don't think I would live without lists. By a maid, of course. Are you guys trying to pitch me into getting a house husband? Watch all the parasocial packs be like, me. Male wife indeed. Yes. I'm gonna get your cheeks. I'm gonna get all your purple pack cheeks. Oh, kids are for the chores. That's why people have kids. Slave labor. It all makes sense. Yeah, oh my god. I'm not parasocial, bro. I just don't want a job. That's so good. Kids in this economy. Oh, I say that to my freaking siblings. Genuinely to answer your question. I have a lot of lists. Today I have a list. You guys want to know? I gotta go grocery shopping. I gotta clean my sink. I gotta freaking meal litter. I gotta do bins. I gotta vacuum. I gotta do like washing. I just write that shit down. I tick it off, man. I do have to kind of do it all at once, but it's also all at once ongoing constantly. And then I need to give myself a little schedule in the afternoon to watch Bake Off and Spin Bike. Or maybe Taskmaster. The new season of Taskmaster has come out, and I've not been keeping up with it. So I don't use a phone app. I've tried. Okay, so I've talked about this. I've tried to do phone apps, doesn't work for me. I tried to have notes app or notes app reminders in my phone multiple times. I am a physical note taker. For some reason, I gotta write that shit pen to paper. I gotta tick it off physically with a pen and paper. Otherwise, I just doesn't feel like I'm actually actually completing my chores. I don't know why. I've always been like this. I am an old lady when it comes to organization and note taking. I have a physical calendar. Just this morning, I did my physical calendar for the month. Note taking's the best. It's how I keep my ideas together. I have little notebooks. I jot down ideas in them. Yeah. I was able to get my AG with to-do list, breaking it down into different stuff. So you have like your month to-do list, you have your week to-do list, and then you have your day to-do list. And that's how I do it. You break it up into chunks and you do it piece by piece. That's me, boys. It's not gonna work for everybody, but that is the method that works for me. And the next question is, what's your best comfort zone? When it really makes you go, oh yeah, this is my true comfort zone forever. That's a really good question. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to be really honest. I don't think I currently have an answer. I think I'm in the process of working that out. I'm still in my mid-20s. I don't think I know. I think will I know? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'll ever know. I think what getting outside of your comfort zone is an ongoing, constant challenge of trying to find that comfort zone. Maybe that's why I'm so content with constantly challenging myself. It's like a great big pursuit for the comfort zone. And I gotta keep pushing myself constantly, and then maybe at some point I'll hit it. But I don't know. I've never had the thought ever yet in my life of, oh, this is my true comfort zone. Never had that thought yet. So I'm still in the search for it, and I hope I'll find it eventually. But at the moment, I can't actually answer this question because I don't think I have an answer. I bet your fear levels have lowered over the years, so as you continue to push by your comfort zone. Obviously, I can't really get into the details, but growing up, my upbringing was very, very, very chaotic, and so I hazard to say that there's a chance that I've never even ever been in a very comfortable zone once in my life, and so that puts me in a distinctively unique position of not really being sure how that's meant to feel. And so let's find out, boys. Maybe one day. I will say, nice. You guys are gonna go parasocial my butt cheeks. You guys get. I mean, I was gonna be candid. I was gonna be fucking candid. You guys get parasocial my butt cheeks. I will say. Streaming. I'm still at it. I'm still doing it. I really quite enjoy it. Next question. Lately, I've been struggling to put pen to paper and write poetry. Ooh, lovely, lovely. Do you have any advice on overcoming creative blocks in your art and creative output? I think genuinely consume more art. Silly, maybe slightly obvious question. Consume more. I think the best thing to kind of overcome a creative block is to open yourself up to more kind of spaces for inspiration. I think other forms of art, enjoying other forms of art, reading more poetry, but also like watching more movies, listening to more music, and trying to involve yourself in more kind of events or opportunities, either like going out for a drink or maybe hanging out with family or friends. Put yourself, I think that way there's more chance for then the inspiration to strike. But you're only going to open yourself up to inspiration if you put yourself in a space to, have that happen to you. So you do have to kind of, I found if I have a creative block, it can be really severed by like watching a really good movie and go, oh my god, I'm so fucking inspired, that's great. So you gotta really like, I think you gotta open yourself up to more stuff, because that can really, really help with creative block. Also, good morning, Margaret. Welcome to the stream. We're just doing an unpacking pod and a yapping pod. We are yapping. Boys, I'm not even halfway through these questions. I gotta stop yapping as much. Next question. Sorry, boys. I'm gonna have to start answering these questions a bit quicker. I want to get through all of them. They're really good. And I am talking too much. Let's keep on moving. Question. Jess, I've moved to a new city for work and I'm finding it tough to meet new friends. Completely real experience and valid. I work remote, so I don't get to go into the office often. So I haven't made friends from my coworkers, which is a way for a lot of people to make friends when they're at work. Any tips on making more IRL friends around town? Am I gonna give cliche answers of like join a hobby group? No, but yeah, fuck it. I'm sorry. It is difficult to make friends as an adult. Once you get out of schooling and you get out of university, unless you are moving from workplace to workplace, it's very difficult to meet new people. And the one avenue we do have power over as like adult people in this world trying to meet new people, it is in things we love and enjoy. And it doesn't even have to be IRL around town. It can be in spaces online. But it is, tennis is a hobby. Yep. Yeah, it is. If you can try and find things that are less expensive opportunities for hobbies, i.e. like games bars, card places like that, board game places, but it is one of those things where getting into hobbies, you can hopefully meet people through that, and then meet people through that, and then meet people through that. And you might not find friends initially in the first hobby, but you might meet a person and get introduced to a person and then stumble into a group of people you get along with. But unfortunately, it is like the whole, fuck, I'm gonna have to put myself in the position to even be around people to work out if I like them. Yoga, D&D, exactly. I am very fortunate to say that like I've made some of my best friends through life, through streaming and through VTubing. But being very honest, I've found some of my best friends through life, through streamings and VTubing, and that started for me as a hobby. So it's such a 1-for-1 with where it's like get into things you like and you'll find people who also like that thing and you'll get along through that. And that's what streaming and VTubing has been for me. And so hopefully, sweet Jetpack, you will also find avenues like that. Next question. Sorry, I have to keep on going. Next question. Otherwise, I won't get through all of these, and I really do want to get through them all because they're great questions. All right. I spent my entire life being an artist who only talks and talks about plans, but then never makes anything. Now I'm finally giving ADHD meds a try. I'll report back if I become a famous person to say if it worked for me. Cheerio! Brilliant. Freaking brilliant. You know what? 07s. Fly high, my sweet ADHD pack. I hope it works out for you. I genuinely do. I will say, don't put all your eggs in the ADHD meds basket. I was just as insufferable with making stuff before and after my meds. This time I just can wash my dishes. My ADHD meds did very little to help my creative motivation and did a lot to help me with washing my dishes. But I do wish you a lot of luck on your journey, sweet Jetpack. Fly high, buddy. Alright, have you ever thought about doing a getting out of your comfort zone gaming stream? Ooh, where you try out stuff that seems way out of your comfort zone to see if you still hate them after. Give it an honest try. Can you believe I used to be a Metal Gear Solid hater before I tried it because I was like, sticking hard, difficult, stupid game mindset. And now I'm a die-hard MGS fan. Yeah, pills don't give skills, therapy helps it stick. That is a great quote marker. Yeah, I will say, like, yeah, don't put all your eggs and you're going to solve everything with ADHD meds. There's other things that go into that as well. Yes, I'm open. I am open to getting out of the comfort zone games. Do I now, after 4 years of streaming, know the games I like and the games I want to play on stream? Yes. Do I want to prioritize them because I want to play them sooner rather than later? Yes. But am I entirely against this idea? No. I let's say, do not forget, Jetpack, that Devil May Cry was outside of my comfort zone, and I completely loved the Devil May Cry series. So, yes. Absolutely, for sure. On occasion, I will throw myself deeply out of my comfort zone and be pleasantly surprised by the result. And I like that concept of like out my comfort zone thing, where we can do a bunch of games. That I'm not normally my kind of vibe. Dota stream part 2 when? Someone contact the hag. Someone DM Cleo White. We'll make it happen. Question: Acekith asked me to ask you if you're going to take a personal vacation and stop overworking yourself. Got Unpack. What if I said no? Next question. No. Yes, I will. Maybe. Yes, absolutely. Possibly. I'm gonna do it. I guess. I will. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I will. I'll take a break at some point. Maybe. We'll see. Don't hold me to that. Next question. This is a 2-part question. Part 1. Do you think it's worthwhile to work on long-term projects, even if you don't have any intention of sharing them with others? Creative work for its own sake can be fulfilling, but isn't it kind of hollow? As the song says, write your songs, the voices never share. Would you advocate for always putting creative work out into the public sphere? I'm gonna be so honest right now. I do not advocate for always putting work out in the public sphere. In fact, I am kind of fundamentally an opposite belief person. I think creativity should be personally motivated entirely first and forward. First. I think it should be self-indulgent initially entirely. Does it make sense? I have so much art I make, Jetpack, that you will never see. Paintings, poems, stories, ideas, because I thought they were really, really cool. And I wanted to pop them together because it would be very satisfying for me. I also have a bunch of projects that I want to share with you guys, and I'm happy to share, and then I'm working on and behind the scenes that I can't wait to share with you guys. Doesn't make either or more or less powerful, but it also makes them I think both are important for different reasons. You making art for yourself alone just because is great. Because I don't genuinely, like, I think this comes from a place of me not, like, fundamentally not believing all art needs to be consumed. Not every hobby needs to be a job. Not every painting needs to be sold. Not every poem needs to be, recorded. Sometimes you just fucking do it for the love of the game, baby. You do it because it feels good. Am I not supposed to eat the painting? I would not suggest eating cadmium. It is a poisonous heavy metal. You might need to go call a doctor. Hustle this, you filthy rich tech bro. Can you? If you want to. If you're made a painting and someone goes in and goes, can I buy this? Do not devalue yourself. Sell that shit for a freaking fat stacks. Do it. Like, if people want to spend money on what you put out there, fuck yeah. But you can totally also just make that painting because you goddamn feel like it. You can cook that meal, and it doesn't need to be Michelin Chef 5 stars. I think doing it for the love in the game is so important and valuable, and fulfilling and fun. Like, just fun, just for the hell of it, just cheeky. Like, it's also like one for you, one for me. Just do not eat the radium glow paint. Do not eat cadmium orange by the bucket. But I like heavy metal. Me too. But you shouldn't. But I'm not gonna listen to it every day. No, seriously. Like, Write your fanfic romance stories for yourself, chat. And then put it on Wattpad. And then have to decide to change the names of the characters and get it published as a TikTok fantasy romance novel and make $1 bajillion and then sell that story to Netflix and they'll turn it to a mini series and then you can retire to the Bahamas at the age of 37. I think it is like, I think you should share your art, not fear sharing your art, as ever silly and insignificant you think it is. But on the exact same flip, I also think you should feel super content with just making things for the hell of it and for no other reason other than you want to. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I encourage it. Next question, which I think is even more of an interesting question, is, have you ever passionately worked on something that you believed others would not appreciate and had your expectations proven right? How do you cope with that? Yes. Definitely. And outside of streaming, I think for streaming, for streaming, I'm very fortunate that this is something I work on very passionately, and I've been constantly proved wrong that people like it. I'm always like, I'm just doing this for me, for the hell of it. And you guys are like, I like this purple thing, I'm gonna support it. And I'm like, why? Outside of streaming though, when it came to like my painting and my art and stuff, I've talked about many times how a lot of my peers thought it was very weird that I was doing streaming, and so for them, I worked really passionately on streaming and they did not enjoy it, and I knew that they didn't enjoy that I was going into it. And how did I cope with that? It's what made me happy, and I was happy with the outcome. And that went the same with my end of my study. I shifted from making art that everyone else was very, very, very motivated about and really enjoyed to art that I enjoyed. And the way I coped with it is kind of well, this isn't for you, this is for me. Nothing you can say will change that. And that you have to stick to your guns a little bit if it's something you're passionate about. And if you kind of know that people aren't going to appreciate it, you can go into that with that kind of steadfast mentality of committing to it. Which is difficult because, of course, if you're trying to make a living off the specific craft, you do have to try and find a balance of it working for you and also it being sustainable, which is difficult to do if you are making stuff that you know is not what other people are enjoying consistently. But I think if you keep to it, you might find people who do eventually enjoy that, and don't concede on your creativity initially just because a few people push back. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? I think that might make sense. Not initially. Push it a little bit further and see if there's people out there that click with it. And I'm glad I did that with streaming. All right. Next question. I need to keep moving through these because we're meant to end the pod in like 20 minutes and I got a whole bunch more questions. So we're going to keep moving. I suffer from this curse. I always expect any idea or work that I start to be this genius masterpiece for the ages. All right, that is a curse. Boys, we're taking this jetpack down a few notches. Boy, get down, jetpack. Off your high horse, off the high horse. Now, no, you get down here. Get down. No, you stop it. Get off the high horse. Off it. All right. I sometimes have always spent any idea that I start to be a genius masterpiece for ages, and then I start working on it, and I'm kind of mid, and then I drop it, and I spend a lot of time waiting for the next big idea to hit me. I'm so sorry, Jetpack. I don't think there's anything wrong initially with like being like, oh, this shit goes hard. This is actually good and I'm really happy with this. I'm really excited. I think I've made something really good with this. And there's nothing wrong with actually being self-confident, with knowing like, oh, this project I'm working on, no, this is pretty good. This might be, I'm really proud of this and I know I'm making something that is brilliant. That is fine. It is more the second part of this point where you go, then you start working on it. It's kind of mid, I drop it, wait for the next big thing, where it feels like you're dealing with the Kruger-Dunning scale, the Dunning-Kruger, where you're like, I'm the best. Oh, I'm actually shit. But the thing is, you need to chip away at it. You need to be okay with things not being perfect and things not being completed and still being able to put them out there. I think what I've learned a lot from the Unpacking pod, with talking to a lot of VTubers specifically and being very fortunate to talk with like all of the Vishayan girls about that process of getting into streaming, one thing that we can all learn from those pod episodes consistently is in almost every single case scenario, none of us in Vishayan started with a VTuber debut. Everybody just went live with what they had and then worked it out. And that's the only way that everybody has gotten to the level that they're currently at, is you need to be okay with just starting a project and it developing. It doesn't have to be a magnum opus for it to be worth your while. And it can kind of evolve into something, but you need to give it the opportunity for it to evolve. And you need to keep pushing it, even if you're unsure about it at certain points. Yeah, I think that's important to think about, is grounding yourself a little bit with when you approach projects. Next question. Hi, this is your personal ATO agent, Jerry. I really enjoy your streams. Your tax return has been probably filed and that all your income is probably counted for. No, you're not. My tax agent is not called Jerry. You're a liar and a fraud, and also I'll get on that. I'll get on that as soon as I can. I'll get on that as quickly as possible. Yes, sir. Yep, I'm working on that as we speak. Question, are you aware? No, I don't think I am. Could you enlighten me? Next question. Have you ever had a creative falling out with an inspiration of yours? Like someone inspired you a lot and you looked up to them and you wanted to do what they did, but now you consider them to be a hack and think you could do a lot better. For example, I had that with Tarantino. Morrissey, maybe, but I think I always knew Morrissey was an asshole, so less so. No, I've never been a person that idealizes people, so I think I'm fortunate in that regard. However, I think this is a very healthy experience that you have went through, dear Jetpack, to realize that creatives are just creatives. They're not some kind of innate divine gods that have it all worked out more than you do. The only reason Hideo Kojima can make video games the way he does is because he was just built different. How does he do it? Wow, he's literally a god amongst men. No, we are all mere men. And we're all a little shit. And we all make good art, and sometimes we make kind of shit art, and sometimes we don't even make art at all, but that's okay. Like, I think it's even the people who have talent skills you want is because they've trained or they've practiced or a bunch of stuff. I think I never was a person who idolized in that right way. I don't come from mentality, but I think it's a good realization to have for a lot of people, that people who make just people who make. And sometimes I'm like, how do they do that? I wish I could do that. But it's good to remind yourself that you can in your own way, because you also, I'm just a person working it all out. Next question is very good, actually. So we're moving through these because I don't want to miss out on any of them, because they've been really good questions today. I don't want to learn from my mistakes. I want my mistakes to learn from me. True. Yeah, also, to go back on the previous one, I think there's something very good and positive about realizing that the creative people you admire are still just people who are creating, just like you are a person to create, is very good for motivation. Because I think you can get in your head if you go like, I can never do it. They're such a god at what they do. There's something about them. They're so magnificent. They're the orator. They're the greatest artist ever. That can make you like get in your head and maybe demotivate you. Oh, it's not worth it. It's not worth even trying. I just don't have the skills. I wasn't born, with the ability to do so. I mean, obviously, there are things that make things difficult for people economically, maybe disabilities, maybe position, location, opportunity. There are physical stuff that get in the way of people being able to do things in any field, not even just creativity. But like, yeah, stop keeping yourself from art. It's good to remember that at the end of the day, everyone is just a person working it out. Question 18 was next. Oh, this is a nice question. Oh, I like this question. This is a very good question. Naughty Mouse, thank you for the question. Naughty Mice, I mean. At what point of the day do you feel the most inspired to be creative? I love this question. This is very good. There's a lot of talk about when historical figures would compose their pieces. Yes, exactly. Do their research, etc. With the VTubers, it seems to be all over the place. Let me sip my coffee and think about this. If you never put your art out there and always think it sucks, you'll never know. Let other people deny you, but don't deny yourself. Oh, that makes me want to cry. That's a really good point, Lano. Let other people deny you, don't deny yourself. Why did that mean that? Why did that hit me in the gut? I want to linger on that a little bit. Let other people deny you. Don't deny yourself is, I think, a thing that I'm still learning. I think it's a thing that you keep having to go into. I think, yeah, being a dweeby, awkward teen, a person who isn't sure and wants everyone to be okay, you gotta be like, you're like, oh, maybe this is too much, I'm too much, that's not worth it, that's, what if I don't make someone uncomfortable, they don't like this, people don't enjoy it. I think learning to just let people not like you, let people be upset within relative, obviously you don't want to kill a man. Don't kill a man! Don't kill a bro! But like, being okay with the terrifying realization of fucking up and of people rejecting you, for the sake of not rejecting yourself and what's important to you. Bruh, that's... The courage to be disliked is a very, very, very difficult thing to consider. Yeah. Unless you like really deserved it. True. Anyway, next the question about the points of VTubers You know what sucks? You know what sucks, boys? You know what sucks? Wait, it reminds me of how a fanfic I love for so many years stopped posting because it, quote unquote, it sucked, and then it linked to another author who said it was a better version by someone else. Oh no. Sorry, you know what? Okay, you know what sucks about the this question? Is the time that I am creatively motivated, I'm asleep. Did someone say when I'm asleep? Someone said when I'm asleep, didn't they? And I think you were joking, but you're entirely accurate. I am a night owl. I want to be doing stuff at 3 in the morning. When I am like on a fucking roll, I'm like, we got this, let's go. Gamers, I'm making magnum opus. I'm so delusional with the pencil to paper. Sketch that freaking VTuber avatar. Perfect shading on Mako Fukutami's toes is 3 a.m. I currently cannot be awake at 3 a.m. because of my lifestyle at all. So when I'm at my, like, I'm in the freaking motion of the ocean, it's not currently when I'm the lifestyle that I can exist in to function as a person who has to go to doctor's appointments and be available for business and meetings and stream at the time zones that I do. The sleep deprivation puts me in this like pure just like make the thing trance. And I will say it's a shame, but that's how it is. It's how it be. It's how it do. 3 a.m. here. Happy 3 a.m. Hopefully you will have a nice lovely sleep soon. When the pod ends, we have to wrap it up soon, boys, but let's get a few more questions in before we do, because I've been really enjoying these questions. Hi, Miss Jean. Will you watch my new Frankenstein movie? It's coming out on Netflix around November the 7th. Actually, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Also, Neka Orbitor, thank you so much for 8 months of support. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I do appreciate your support of 8 months. Next question. I'm looking forward to the new Frankenstein movie. I am. I still have yet to read Mary Shelley's book, even though it's on my shelf, but I'm looking forward to the movie. Though it's coming out on Netflix. Yeah, I'll try and see if I can watch it in cinema. Alright. Don't have a comfort zone. Whole world's my oyster. I try different things on a whim and dismiss or love them depending on my mood. That's fuck you, Jetpack. Well, fuck me then, I guess. Like, this bro just out here vibing. I kind of wish I was more chill. Like, I think I want to be as chill as this Jetpack. Like, you know, like, who doesn't want to just be like, yeah, nah, bro, well, it's my oyster, I can do what I want, I can fuck your mom, I can fuck your dad, who cares? Like, dude abides. I freaking wish, my man. Unfortunately, I have to kind of persist against my anxieties and against my tendencies to try and organize stuff and everything, but I'm working towards it. I'm working towards, I think that's an important thing. This is a great mentality of like no comfort zone. You're not too comfortable, but you're not constantly stressed. You're just like, I do what I do. And I respect you, Jetpack. I respect you. Fuck, it's alright. Fuck you. Next question. No, I was thinking of giving a sub to Marco Toes. Yo, that guy's a real one! You guys don't want the Jump King stream. You don't want it. You think I crashed out bad against Shakespeare? In Silent Hill 3? Mario Galaxy? You don't want to see a streamer crash out over Mario Galaxy. That's a game for literal babies. Made for babies. Made for little wah cry shit their pants babies. And I will have the most god awful miserable time playing Mario Galaxy. It will be embarrassing. It will be miserable. So I guess you'd fit in. Fuck you! I just want more Soul Reaver. I genuinely do want to play more Soul Reaver. Like, no joke. Like, I do want to play more Soul Reaver when we get around to it. As like a comfy thing, I'm so happy to have Soul Reaver as like a back burner game. Like on days where I'm like, I don't want to do anything. Let's play Soul Reaver. We'll get through that slowly. Correct my short platform. We do have a game suggestion in the Discord. Just because you suggest it doesn't mean I have to do it, but you can suggest it, and I do appreciate it. All right, next question, boys, and this is the last question. So let's read it properly and see what they say. Seeing as how you've now well and truly begun your cosplay arc. That's not true! Shut up! Do you ever look back on the accident TM and how it influenced you over the last 2 years? Okay. Do you think it was a turning point in self-acceptance and body positivity? If not, what convinced you to finally meet up with a jetpack for the first time at PAX? Loaded question. First of all, cosplay arc has not started. You guys don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. We went over this earlier, but we can kind of finish off by talking about it to end the stream. Do you ever look back at the incidents, the accident? We did talk about that earlier. And I will say, yes. Weirdly enough, before the cosplay stream, that wasn't on my mind. That was on my mind more afterwards the cosplay stream, because it was the whole idea of the Heather Mason cosplay stream was just like, this seems fun, this seems crazy, this seems stupid. I think this would be fun to do. Fuck it. Why am I even afraid of doing it? If it's a fun, cool idea for me, it's a fun, cool idea for the community, and it might be interesting, I shouldn't have fear. I should just do it, get out of my head, just be messy, do it for the bit, do it for the plot. And so in the moment, it was just do it. Afterwards, there was more of the thoughts of like, whoa, that really has ripped a band-aid off what was a previous incident that happened, which I didn't have any control over, and that ended up affecting me very negatively, and I was treated very negatively by, and I was then over the years reminded of it in anonymous marshmallow stuff, etc., in very cruel ways. So it was one of those things where, looking after the stream, I was like, wow, I can't believe I had the courage to commit to a idea without fear other than of negativity, of just like, this is fun. And I think that's so positive, of like having confidence of like, I'm gonna do what's fun and cool and fuck the rest is, I think, has actually been very valuable to me. And that's why I'm so happy I did it. And on top of that, I'm so happy that you guys have, as a community, feel the same. Of like, we can do things that are cool, and the priority is always, is it cool? Is it fun? And I think that's so important when it comes to making stuff. The big reason I watch your streams is because you make it fun and you make it comfy. And that is most important to me. Everything else be goddamned. Oh, incoming text, 4, 3, 2, 1, boof. All right. I want to get some munchings on my AUDHD brain. Cogs kept turning. A word of advice for lonely jetpacks. There are many lonely tomboys out there. But they are no bullshit kind of women. You cannot simply have a relationship with a tomboy and ask how to fetch you a sandwich, both literally and figuratively. Do your research. There is a reason why life has no manual. The possibilities are endless. Respect and communication, baby. Ignore the tomboys, acquire hobbies. I do appreciate the jetpacks giving warnings to the fellow jetpacks, being like, alright buddies, if you do want yourself a tomboy, I gotta warn you, it's not as easy as you think it is. I make my own sandwiches anyway. In fact, I make sandwiches for her also, because I'm a loving husband. That's great. Thank you for your input, buddy. I do appreciate it. It's silly. It's very silly, and I do think it's fun. I think that's reflective of everything. Of like, you can't. I think expectation is. I know people say comparison is the death of joy. No, I think expectation's the death of joy. I think that expectation of like, it needs to be this way. I'll be happy when I have X, Y, and Z and it's all perfect. Or like, my expectation of how my life's gonna go is this way and that's gonna be ideal. Nah, buddy, fuck that. Fuck that. You know, oh, I've predicted the story in my head of how it's all gonna perfectly unfold and it's gonna be great and it's gonna be amazing and then that's gonna be so no, and I do it so much too. Oh, I've been in the shower being like, oh, and then this happened and no, and I go to the social event and watch it. No, expectation ruins all the joy. Just get yourself in there. How long until you cosplay an actual Zagok? All right, maybe it is time for my cosplay arc. Maybe, okay, wait, hold up. Maybe it is time for my cosplay arc. A Zagok is a great cosplay. It's a great cosplay. Fuck it. Zagok. We won! Get in the robot, Jets! Get in the robot! No, calm down. Calm down! No. It's a joke. We're yoking. And honestly, what convinced me to finally meet up with the jetpacks first time at PAX? Being fucking jump scared by Artie and, who was it? It wasn't Iteration, it was someone else. I'm totally mental blanking right now. While I was like fucking literally the tiredest I've ever been in my life, holding a protein bar and a Coke Zero and being like, hi, members of the community, nice to meet you. I literally am about to fall asleep where I stand. And then being like, hi, you're chill. And then me being like, wow, I kind of wish right now I could go down to the pub and keep chatting to you guys because you're literally my bros and I feel comfortable around my community. Oh shit, I feel comfortable around my community because they're supportive and understanding individuals. Wow. Maybe I should get the fuck out of my head and just trust that I have an environment of people who are supportive and trusting individuals, and when I do cool things, they'll be supportive and trusting and understanding. What the fuck? And really, you know, it's like if I show up as myself and just be me and be Jean Faymas and hang out, then and then you guys choose to show up and enjoy that. Shit, we got a good thing going here, buddies. Tiredness is close to drunkenness. Dude, I was so out of it. It was messed up. Like, it was hilarious. I felt like I was actually in some kind of lucid dream where I was like, no, ain't no way there's jetpack standing in front of me right now on the corner of a 7-Eleven in freaking Melbourne, Victoria. Did I die? Am I in some layer of hell? Where am I? Like, evil captain is evil captain. But yes, turning point for self-acceptance. Final note, because I should have ended stream like 5 minutes ago. Turning point for self-acceptance was starting streaming. And I will never, ever for my entire life ever regret most anything. I don't have a lot of regrets because I kind of just have my fuck up we ball mentality has weirdly worked out. But honestly, starting streaming, it's doing the things you like and having other people enjoy that. That's a turning point for self-acceptance. Also therapy. Therapy has helped a lot as well. Shout out to my therapist. Shout out to my therapist. Thank you, therapist. But yeah, no, seriously. Thank you guys for hanging out. I feel like we are still in the pursuit of the great big comfort zone in the sky. No, I don't know what my comfort zone is just yet. I'm constantly searching for it. I'm constantly pushing myself out of it. And I think if there's anything that's gonna get me somewhere close to it, it's to keep doing this. Because this is something that it goddamn works to some degree, or is working so far. And so thank you guys for being part of it. And I don't know, we'll just keep on vibing. We're gonna keep on vibing, boys. Comfort zone's a crab battle. It's so good how good imitation crab is as like a vegetarian. Thank you for streaming, we love it. Thank you for hanging out my stream. I goddamn appreciate it. Sincerely, Jean Faymas. It's pretty good. Yo, Jetpack, you're pretty good. No, I think comfort zones, as a person who's never really been inside one of them, I think that they're good to get out of. We all know we only got one shot at this. We all do in the back of our head. It's so easy to try and take things way more seriously than we should. It's so easy to do that. And the one way to remind yourself to not take it so easy is to push yourself to be a little silly. And I think being a little silly is right on the edge of that comfort zone. Skillish, I'm gonna respawn like Jesus. I look forward to seeing that happen, buddy. Evil twin, you fax me when that happens. I wanna know more. I wanna know more. Mini packs on the Jean Faymas creature VR chat model. Only one pack leaves, and that pack will become the new PA son. Yeah, baby! Fuck it, I'm getting out of this comfort zone. Let's make divine sauce. Fuck you! No! You know what? Maybe I do have a comfort zone that I don't want to leave. You know what? Wait, fuck it. Yeah, no, maybe I do have a comfort zone. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I quite like this comfort zone. I think we should stay inside it. We're gonna stay inside this comfort zone. That's what we're gonna do. Actually, who is live on the internet? Hanya, Yozo, let's go. Also Cleo, we got a bunch of the girls alive. The girls alive! I mean, Joel's live with Voice of the Void update. We've rated Joel before. That was actually outside my comfort zone. No, I've rated IRL streamers before that. There's actually quite a few people online today. Well, in Jetpack, I know you'll all be taken very good care of today out there on the internet. There's a bunch of amazing people hanging out for you guys to enjoy and support and stream, watch their streams of. Freaking Eggs is on Voices of the Void, Grapes on with Halo. Oh, actually, I've got no idea who to raid. I'm getting overwhelmed. We've got Sylvie on. We've got Friza, Sukami. Oh, there's so many people online. Save him. Like, I'm saying people's names so you can go support them. Nayo, Krogi, Yozo, Birthday Week. Man. Eros. Oh, just brilliant streamers who I adore. And so I'm fortunate to have met throughout streaming. But where should we raid? The ducks. We should raid the live stream that's just ducks. Wait, it's Hanya's partner anniversary? Oh, shit. Here we go again. You know we're going. How about someone brand new? Oh, I was going to, but we're gonna raid Hanya because it's her partner anniversary. And we're gonna support my VTuber wife. My loving VTuber wife. It's her streamer anniversary. So we're gonna give her some support. This is where Jets enjoys all the current Australian VTubers and watches drops us into Bergen Sam. I don't know if I've ever heard of Bergen Sam. I follow the ducks. The ducks are amazing. Famous scuff stream. We're gonna be lovely to Hanya. It is her partner anniversary, so you know that's nice. And that's nice to say hello to her. And so please do be lovely. I know you will, little duckers. The ducks are awesome. I do follow the duck live stream channel, and the cat, the Japanese cat live stream channel is also live. So you guys can check that out too if you want to. Her what anniversary? Her Twitch partner anniversary, which is pretty cool. Basically, all of Cheyenne got Twitch partner around a very similar time, and it was really, really wholesome. I remember that those few months we all got partnered together. Crazy, it's been so many years now. All right, I'm gonna hit the raid message because I am currently continuing the. Wait, how do I do this? Wait, why is this not working? Why is my Twitch not working? Why won't you let me raid Hanya? She's married to Twitch. Hanya's cheating on me with John Twitch? What the fuck? How do I start this raid? That's how I start the raid. I'm starting the raid message because otherwise I'm going to keep yapping to you guys. Genuinely, I've had a lovely bonus episode of the pod with you all. We talked about a lot of stuff and I almost don't want to end the stream. I want to keep talking, but I do have to do my cleaning, organizing, and I'll see you guys later in the week. Less games this week, but we're going to hang out with some really cool people, and then I'll be back after Death Stranding concert this weekend for more games next week. I'll see you guys there for it. I will. I'll say hi to Mech Niece from the Jetpack. I'll go, we're gonna go, I'll go hang out with Mech Niece and the Jetpack plush. See you guys there for it. Be amazing, Tanya. Have an amazing, brilliant, lovely. And until next time, just in case I don't see you next time, that's all good because at least this time I get to say Jetpack jetting out. You guys are a pleasure. You guys are all a lovely pleasure. Have a lovely day. Goodbye, all my parasocial packs. That's right, Jetpack, most parasocial community. So parasocial, they want me to have sexual intercourse with all of their mothers. Wow, unbelievable. So nice of you guys to do that for me. So nice and considerate for you guys to really just want to support the tomboy. What? You guys are the best. I'll see you guys not tomorrow. I'll see you guys on Wednesday, alright? We're gonna have a lot of fun on Wednesday. I'm gonna have a lot of fun on Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to it. But I'll see y'all for that. I'm gonna go be a good aunt. Oh god, I'm gonna go be an aunt. I'm actually scared. I'm genuinely scared. McNeese is like talking and stuff. I've never like properly hung out with a toddler. I'll just do what I do on stream, but with less swear words. McNeese, we're gonna go play Bloodborne, and I'm gonna die repeatedly. Bye guys. Jetpack jetting out. Bye bye. Thank you for hanging out with the Unpacking Pod. It's been an absolute pleasure. Until next time, I've been your host, Jean Faymas, and I'll see you in the next episode.
This has been a Cynapse Inc. broadcast. Cynapse Inc. linking you with a safer tomorrow.